Have you ever stopped to think about the impact of a single decision on a historic team like the New York Yankees? Imagine Aaron Judge, one of the franchise's biggest names, sidelined by an injury, and now about to return to the outfield. Is he ready to face the physical and emotional challenge of an opposing stadium? Is the team prepared to respond after a string of losses that shook their confidence? The suspense starts here and every detail matters, because at this moment, every move could determine the Yankees' future this season. The history of the New York Yankees is filled with moments like this. Decisive trades, returns of injured players, and strategic adjustments at critical times have shaped the team's trajectory over decades. The weight of past decisions still echoes through each season, and now, in 2025, the Yankees find themselves at a delicate point. After a series of losses just after the trade deadline, occupying the last spot in the American League wildcard and holding third place in the East Division, every choice by the front office and every action on the field carries immense significance. The franchise knows it cannot waste opportunities, that every game could redefine its path to playoffs. In this context, the return of Aaron Judge after his elbow injury sparks both hope and anxiety among the fans. If you want to follow this story firsthand, subscribing now ensures you won't miss a single update and makes you part of a community that lives and breathes baseball. Leave your like, because here every detail is analyzed as if we were inside the Yankee Stadium locker room. The rumor stirring the back offices is thrilling. Judge could return to the outfield this weekend when the Yankees face the St. Louis Cardinals. Chris Kirshner of The Athletic reported that team manager Aaron Boone considers this a real and concrete possibility. Judge has been limited to the role of designated hitter since being placed on the injured list on July 22nd due to a strain in his right flexor, which caused more pain when throwing than hitting. The fact that his medial collateral ligament remains intact brings a huge relief for everyone. With his accelerated recovery and the latest positive signs, there's a light at the end of the tunnel. Judge's return could finally bring balance between defense and offense, a balance the Yankees so desperately need at this critical point in the season. Behind the scenes, despite the situation at a high level complex than it appears, represents a short. While Judge was recovering, Giancarlo Stanton took over right field. Stanton, who hadn't played that position since September 14th, 2023, now needs to readapt quickly. The front office had to make careful strategic decisions to keep both players active in the lineup, without compromising their physical safety. Andy Martino of SNY offered a cautious perspective, pointing out that the team still doesn't know if Judge and Stanton will be able to fully perform their roles during the series against the Cardinals. He noted that Busch Stadium, with its much larger field than Yankee Stadium, increases defensive difficulty and requires more range and speed, especially from Stanton. This analysis reveals how every detail is assessed by the organization. It's not just about putting stars on the field, but about balancing risk, performance, and long-term strategy. The possibilities unfold intriguingly. If Judge returns in full form, the Yankees could have a dynamic duo in the outfield, enhancing offense and providing greater defensive security. Judge's presence boosts the team's confidence, gives Stanton freedom to play more naturally, and reduces pressure in critical moments. On the other hand, if Judge is still physically limited, or if Stanton cannot adapt to the larger space in St. Louis, the team risks losing defensive stability and offensive impact, something that would be critical in the fierce wild card race. Every game becomes a chess match, where each player's move, every managerial decision, and each front office adjustment has immediate consequences on team performance and playoff chances. The tension rises as we approach the second game against the Twins. Judge and Stanton are slated to play together again in a Mad Friday setup that has almost become a survival strategy. The victory in the first game against the Twins brought momentary relief, but the team still needs to respond to overcome a 4-7 post-trade deadline record. The scenario is clear. The Yankees need every possible resource to remain competitive. Judge's return is not just a technical decision. It is a matter of morale, confidence, and momentum, elements that often define championships. And what can be expected in the coming days? Will Judge be able to fully readapt to the outfield? Will Stanton maintain a performance in a stadium that demands more range? How will the front office balance protecting the players with the need for immediate results? These questions hang over every decision and every practice, turning each game into a test of strategy, resilience, and courage. This is the kind of moment that separates an ordinary season from a memorable one. And now, as the Yankees plan for Judge's return, they continue to strengthen their roster in other ways, turning attention to experience and guidance behind plate. The team has brought in a familiar face to reinforce the veteran presence, catcher Rob Brantley. According to the MLB transaction log, the Yankees signed Brantley to a minor league contract, and he will report to AAA Scranton/Wilkes-Barre. At 36 years old, with 15 years of professional experience, Brantley is expected to provide significant support to the pitching staff and guide younger players aiming for a playoff spot in the International League. His signing is not just about numbers on the field, but about leadership, strategy, and helping to stabilize the team during critical moments of the season. Brantley's career is a story of perseverance. Drafted in the third round of the 2010 MLB draft by the Detroit Tigers, he began a professional journey with promise. He debuted in the major leagues on August 14, 2012, with the Miami Marlins, posting an impressive .290/.372/.460/ line, with 3 home runs over 31 games and 113 plate appearances. However, as with many careers in MLB, Brantley experienced ups and downs, frequent team changes, and minor league contracts that tested his resilience. From Miami to the White Sox, Mariners, Reds, Braves, Guardians, Phillies, and Giants, he adapted to every challenge, maintaining his value and experience. Returning to the Yankees in August 2020, he brought a wealth of knowledge ready to support the pitching staff and mentor younger players. During his 3 seasons with the Yankees between 2020 and 2023, Brantley appeared in 7 major league games with an OPS of .469. While limited in appearances, his accumulated experience made him a valuable strategic resource. More than stats, he brings calm, insight, and leadership that can help the team maintain composure in high-pressure moments. His presence in Scranton/Wilkes-Barre reflects the organization's approach. Every detail matters, from mentoring pitchers to preparing the next generation of players for big league challenges. As Judge approaches his full return, and Stanton adapts to the larger field in St. Louis, Brantley's experience offers stability. The season is a game of details. Every swing, every pitch, and every strategic adjustment counts. The mix of offensive firepower, defensive adaptation, and veteran guidance creates a complex but promising dynamic that could define the team's path through the playoffs. And you, Yankees fan, what do you think? Is Aaron Judge ready to shine again in the outfield, or should the team proceed with caution? How will the combination of Judge's talent, Stanton's adaptability, and Brantley's experience shape the Yankee season? Share your thoughts in the comments, express your expectations, and get ready to follow every development. In the next video, we'll explore how these strategic moves could impact the main roster, the development of AAA players, and the outcome of critical upcoming games. Subscribe, leave your like, and turn on notifications so you don't miss any updates from this season that still promises epic twists both inside and outside Yankee Stadium. As anticipation builds for Aaron Judge's return to the spotlight at Yankee Stadium, the Yankees continue to move pieces behind the scenes, showing that the 2025 season is as strategic as it is intense. Judge represents the explosive power of the lineup, the icon who can change the course of a game with a single swing. At the same time, the franchise knows that consistency and depth depend on equally important decisions off the main field, and this is where the arrival of Rob Brantley fits into the chessboard. According to the MLB transaction log, the Yankees signed Brantley to a minor league contract, and he will report to AAA Scranton/Wilkes-Barre. At 36 years old, with 15 years of professional experience, Brantley arrives to reinforce the veteran presence behind the plate, serving as a key piece of the pitching staff and providing crucial guidance to young talents seeking a spot in the International League playoffs. The signing is not just about numbers or game appearances. It's about leadership, experience, and the ability to guide players through decisive moments. It's a reminder that while fans watch every swing from Judge and every defensive play from Stanton, preparation, strategy, and experience behind the scenes are just as essential as action on the field. Brantley's career is a true study in perseverance and resilience. Drafted in the 3rd round of the 2010 MLB draft by the Detroit Tigers, he began his career with the promise of becoming an impactful player. He debuted in the major leagues on August 14, 2012, with the Miami Marlins, posting an impressive .290/.372/.460/ line over 31 games and 113 plate appearances, while hitting 3 home runs. That start demonstrated his talent, game awareness, and ability to stand out at the highest level. However, as with many MLB careers, Brantley's journey was marked by highs and lows, frequent team changes, and minor league contracts that tested his resilience and determination. Between 2013 and 2020, Brantley moved through several teams, including the Miami Marlins, Chicago White Sox, Seattle Mariners, Cincinnati Reds, Atlanta Braves, Cleveland Guardians, Philadelphia Phillies, and San Francisco Giants. Each stop presented a challenge, a new adaptation, an opportunity to prove playing at a high level in such competitive represents a short-term. Despite the difficulties, he always found ways to contribute, whether in the majors or minors, demonstrating that his experience could be transformative for teams seeking stability and guidance. When he returned to the Yankees in August 2020, Brantley brought a wealth of knowledge few players possess, ready to serve as strategic support and a mentor for younger pitchers. During his 3 seasons with the New York Yankees from 2020 to 2023, Brantley appeared in 7 major league games, recording an OPS of .469. While his appearances were limited, the experience he accumulated over years facing different organizations and high-pressure situations makes him a valuable resource. More than stats, he brings knowledge, calm, and a presence that can help balance the team in tense moments. His arrival in Scranton/Wilkes-Barre is seen as reinforcement not only technically but culturally. He can guide pitchers, offer strategic advice, and help young players prepare for pressures of the major leagues. As the Yankees balance Judge's recovery and Stanton's adaptation, every move behind the scenes becomes even more important. Judge's return to the outfield promises to boost offensive strength and defensive security, but it's veterans like Brantley who keep the machine running. Each player has a role. Judge represents explosiveness and talent, Stanton adaptability and effort in less natural positions, and Brantley experience and balance behind the scenes. Together, they form a mosaic of skills and roles that management must orchestrate precisely to keep the team competitive in the wild card race and the American League East Division. Brantley's impact extends beyond AAA. His presence in practices, experience in decisive games, and ability to guide younger pitchers can directly affect the performance of the major league roster. Every more confident pitch, every secure decision, and every well-handled high-pressure situation can be attributed in part to the influence of a veteran who has experienced the highs and lows of MLB and knows how to navigate them. This combination of talent, experience, and guidance makes the team more resilient and increases the chances of success in a season full of constant challenges. As Judge nears his full return and Stanton faces the demands of a larger field in St. Louis, the Yankees rely on Brantley to ensure the roster is ready for any scenario. The season is a game of details. Every swing, every pitch, and every strategic adjustment matters. The mix of offensive explosiveness, defensive adaptation, and behind-the-scenes experience creates a complex but promising dynamic that could define the team's path to the playoffs. And you, Yankees fan, have you considered how the combination of stars like Judge, adaptability like Stanton, and Brantley's experience could shape the team's immediate future? Will this mix of explosive talent and strategic veteran leadership be enough to keep the team alive in the wild card race and consolidate stability within the roster? Share your thoughts in the comments, express your expectations, and get ready to follow every detail of this season. In the next video, we'll explore how these strategic decisions may impact not only the Major League roster, but also the development of AAA players, while analyzing the crucial upcoming games. Subscribe, leave your like, and turn on notifications so you don't miss any updates from a season that still promises epic twists both inside and outside Yankee Stadium.